Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss how you should decide whether or not you are going to be generous, how you're going to be kind, whether or not you are going to decide to give back because you feel like you've been blessed and you feel like, you know what, I've got some stuff, I've been blessed, I'm fortunate to be in the situation that I am, I'm fortunate to have whatever it is that you have, your job, your career, your money, your life in general. So we're going to talk about, you know, what should not be a deciding factor. All right? What should not be a deciding factor in determining whether or not you are going to give back. So, what we're going to specifically discuss, just one more time to be clear, is something that you should not use as determining whether or not you should actually give back. Okay, so I'm just going to get straight into it. You should never ever base, right? This is my opinion. You should never base your ability to be kind, your ability to be generous, your ability to seriously take care and concerns of other people and carry those care and concerns of other people and to be generous to other people. You should not let how other people behave determine how much you would give or your generosity, right? You cannot let other people's opinions or how other people will behave determine your generosity, right? So, or let somebody else's generosity determine your generosity. So I say this because let me kind of break it down a little bit more. Sometimes in life you come across people who are they're no good. Sometimes throughout the course of your life, you might have been burnt. You know, people who perhaps you trusted, they turned their back on you or they burnt you. Or people that you just kind of knew, right? They burnt you in some type of way. They told lies about you. They told half truths about you, right? A lot of innuendos or labels and stuff just thrown at you. And not because someone is unkind or not because someone is let me see here. Not because someone is not a nice person or because people won't nice to you, you will internalize that and turn around and not be nice to others. Because if you do, what happens is you have let those people, right, their ways have infiltrated you to the point that you've kind of become who they are. And that's what you don't want to do. You do not want to become who someone is. You know, you could admire someone for who they are, right? And people have, whether it's your role models or just people that you admire or whatever the case is, but you should always strive to be the best you, right? Not to become just like someone else or whatever the case is. And certainly not in a case where people who have been unkind and not been nice to you or whatever the case is, you can't say, well, because people treated me a certain, well, you can say it. I'm trying to say you have to be a bigger person than that. If you allow lies and speculations and whatever the case is to bring you down, then you're allowing those people to have power over you, right? The way I look at it is my kindness, my generosity, my spiritual being, my who I am, and the kindness and the generosity that I have, right, is not limited. Is not limited because of the lies, all right, or the jealousy of men, but instead it is extended because of the grace of God, right? That's how I look at it. It's because of God's grace. That's the reason why I have. And that's the reason why, for me, I feel like I'm also called to give. And that's why I've said, and you can go back and look at a couple of my videos, you don't have to be rich to give. Giving is not about wealth, right? And giving is not only about money. So I will never let someone's jealousy or envy or lies or whatever the case is determine who I am going to be, because if you do that, then you let that person, or you let these people have a upper hand on you. You let your who you have who you have strived to become, right, goes by the wayside when you let someone else dictate to you who you should be. When you let someone else's unkindness, someone else's jealousy, someone else's lies, someone else's half truths, someone else's whatever they don't like about you. You can't let what people say about you determine who you are going to be. When you do that, you give them power and you take away power from yourself, right? So I really, really want you to, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking of, there are times in life when, your kindness should never be based on, well, I'm not going to be kind to these people because, those people won't kind to me. My grandmother actually used to say that's when you kill them with kindness, right? You kill them with kindness. Every time they say something bad about you, you treat them good. You kill them with kindness. It takes a lot to be able to do that. It takes a lot. But what I've realized is it's because you have gotten to a point where you are bigger than that, right? You've gotten to the point in your life where you are bigger than that. That is the jealousy. That is the speculations. That is the lies. That is the whatever you want to call it. You are bigger than that because you walk in God's grace. You are blessed with God's grace. And so you don't let yourself succumb to, half truths, lies, and innuendos, because you are bigger than that. So you don't argue with certain people because you are better than that, right? There is this African proverb, and if I remember correctly, it says I think it's the lion doesn't turn around when the small dog barks, or something like that. I need to check that. So you can check that. I'm sure you can Google that. But I think it's the lion doesn't turn around when the small dog barks, because you, all right, you are the lion, obviously. And it means you are bigger than pettiness. You are bigger than the trash that someone could say about you. You are better. When you respond, you give it oxygen. You breathe life into it. Don't do that. Don't give people oxygen. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. And eventually, they won't talk about it anymore. And if they do, then, oh well, you remember, you are walking in God's grace. You are doing the things that you want to do. People who are petty and jealous and envious, they wither away, right? Right? They fall into this unhappy zone, right? Because they're so jealous. They're so envious of people that you can't have good karma. You can't have good energy and good vibes when you spend your time hating people or being jealous and envious of people for what they have, telling lies about them. You're not going to have good energy, good karma, good grace, because you're filled with hate. You're filled with dislike. You're filled with just envy, right? For a lot of these people, what they need to do is to get out of their own way. But they spend their time, so much time, minding other people's business that a lot of times they can't spend their time looking at the things that they need to do within their own lives and within their own homes. But they're so consumed. They're so consumed. They would love to hear you fall, right? They would love to hear you fall because for them, they will applaud. Oh my goodness, they fall. They fell, so they can applaud. But if something good happens to you, then they can't really talk about it because of envy and because of jealousy. So that's what I'm saying. You cannot let people whose heart are filled with envy and jealousy and all that type of stuff dictate to you who you should be. You have to be bigger than that. That is the jealousy. It's the envy. It's the you have to be bigger than that. You can't bring yourself down to their level. If they cuss, you don't have to cuss back at them. If they do something really ridiculous, you don't have to respond to it because you know you are better than that. It's not that you're better than them, and that's what a lot of people will think. Well, so and so is better than me. It's not that you're better than them, it's that you're better without them, and you're better without engaging in certain types of situations. Don't let people pull you down to their level, right? Rise above it. When they speak, right? Shallow words, right? That have no substance whatsoever. You have to keep on walking with your grace. You walk past them, right? Don't walk with them, but you walk past them. So think about that. Your kindness, your generosity, your just who you are, it should never be determined at all. At all, it should never be determined by anyone else. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It was on my mind, and I just kind of wanted to kind of like, talk about it a little bit. Let me know what you think after watching the video. Please leave your comments. Please don't forget to subscribe. It helps the channel grow, as well as you hitting the like button and sharing the videos. That really helps the channel grow. So I appreciate your comments, appreciate you hitting the like button, appreciating you sharing. That's something that I really appreciate you doing. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. And obviously, please turn on your post notifications because I post pretty much every single day. And so you'll be able to keep up with my post and see what I'm posting. All right, so thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. And until next time, peace.